Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Ricky and this is my channel, Ricky's Foods. So on today's video, we're making a delicious prime rib. It's the holidays and prime rib is a must. It's so good, super easy to do, super easy to make, and you don't need much. I'm a big believer in just salt and pepper, so that's what I'm sticking with today. So basically what I did last night was I trimmed some of the fat, removed the silver skin because I wanted that salt to touch the meat. So we did that. You know, salt every corner of the rib. The butcher already separated the bones from the meat, so that's gonna make it super easy to carve later on when it's done. I use butcher twine just to make sure everything's put together so the meat doesn't fall apart. And that's pretty much it, guys. Alright, so I'm gonna move you in a little bit closer so you can see this delicious roast. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so here we got this beautiful rib roast bone in. It's a little bit under 6 pounds. It's really good, and this is not a prime. So a lot of people will argue, well, that's not a prime rib. Well, it is, because the prime is the cut, it's not the grade. So a lot of people out there get confused with that. So prime is the cut, it's not the grade. So with that being said, so the butcher already removed the bones from the meat itself, so it makes it easier to carve at the end. So like I said last night, we just stopped brined, and today all we're gonna add is just pepper. We're gonna add pepper all around, and that's pretty much it. And then we're gonna put this inside the kettle. So let's go ahead and put some pepper. Make sure you get all the sides. Make sure I love pepper, so I'm putting a little bit extra because that's just the preferred way I like it. So there you go, a little bit more here on the top. Alright guys, so the roast is already ready for the kettle. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna turn on the kettle. So once I do that, I'll see you back in a bit. Alright guys, so I'm also gonna add this on the side. It's basically butter, rosemary, garlic, and once it gets melted, I'm gonna baste it over here to the rib roast. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this right here on the side. Make sure everything fits in. And I'm gonna be using my meter probe today. Let me get this so you guys can see that. So I'll be using my meter probe. So basically, this is gonna help me monitor the temps of the kettle, and it's also gonna help me monitor the internal temperature of the rib roast. All right, guys. So I'm gonna let the rib roast go all the way up to the 120. Once it hits the 120, I'm gonna go ahead and take it out and let it rest. So let's go ahead and put the meter probe. So make sure when you put the meter probe to put it right in the middle. There. All right guys, so now that I have everything ready, I'll see you guys back like in an hour so we can check on the meat. And I'm also gonna baste it with this delicious butter and rosemary braise. So I'll see you guys back in a bit. Alright guys, so it's been about 40 minutes since we put the rib roast in the kettle. So right now, if you come look over here, the internal temperature of the rib roast is sitting at 81, and we're running the kettle at 299, so almost 300. So that's good enough. So let's go ahead and check the rib roast, see how it's looking. Oh yeah, that's looking really good, guys. So right now, I'm just gonna mix this butter with rosemary and garlic and just baste it. Just give it a little bit extra flavor. It's gonna turn out delicious, guys. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this up. So the next time I see you, we're gonna open it up and it should be done. So I'll see you guys back in a bit. Alright guys, so I just got the alert on my phone that the rib roast is already at 120. So if you come over here, this is how it looks right now. So the rib roast is looking really good. I like the color that it has, but I'm gonna give it a quick sear just so I can get a better color. So I'm gonna put this over here where the slow insert is. So let's go ahead and do that. Be careful. So I'm just gonna leave it here for like a minute. I don't want it to go any longer than that. So after we sear the rib roast, we're gonna let it rest for 30 minutes, and then we're gonna carve it. All right, guys, so I'm gonna take this roast, I'm gonna put it over here. So I'm gonna put this inside and let it rest for 30 minutes. While we wait, we're gonna go ahead and make the au jus. So I'll see you guys back in a bit. All right, guys, so while the rib roast is resting, let's go ahead and make the au jus. So right here, I have the pan with all the drippings of the rib roast with the vegetables. So I'm gonna go ahead and strain it and put it on the pod. So if you come over here, there's all flavor. All right, guys, so now that we have all the drippings inside the pot right here, I'm just gonna let it come to a boil and boil for a little bit, let it reduce. I don't like adding any flour to this because I don't like my au jus to be thick. I just like it really loose like that. And to this, I'm gonna add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in there, a couple of drippings in there, just for the extra flavor, with some plastic in there too. And then a little bit of soy sauce. And that's gonna become our au jus. I'm just gonna let it come to a boil, and it's gonna be delicious. Make sure you don't have no plastics in there. So this is how I make my au jus for my rib roast. But you can make whatever you want, whatever you like. I mean, you can make horseradish sauce with this. I'm not a fan, that's why I'm only making au jus, but feel free to make whatever you want. I'll see you guys back in a bit when we're ready to carve the rib roast. So see you then. All right, guys, so 30 minutes has passed by and I'm ready to cut this prime rib open. So if you come in and over here, it looks really, really good. We got the au jus over here so we can dip it inside. And then we got a perfect color over here with the rib roast. Let's see, let's cut it open, guys. First, I'm gonna remove the bones. But first, let me remove this butcher twine. All right, guys, let's remove the bones. And this is my favorite part to eat, guys. This is really good stuff right here. So I'll be eating those later for sure. Remove this. And now, I'm just gonna right here in the open. And let's see how it looks. And right there, guys. Look how juicy that is. I don't know if you guys see that, but I'm not even gonna squish it because I want to save those juices. Boom, guys, that looks really, really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut a slice. Look at that, guys. Look how beautiful that is, guys. That's a perfect medium rare for me. All right, I'm gonna cut a slice and let's take a bite. All right, guys. So rib roast, I'm gonna go ahead and dip it in the au jus over here. And let's take a bite. Cheers. Alright, guys, it's super, super good. That salt brine I did overnight, I mean, every bite you take in this meat, you can just feel the salt, full of flavor. Rosemary, garlic, I mean, with the au jus, it just combined is super, super good. Even my dog, that's what she's barking right now because she's hungry. So it came out super good. I'm super happy how it came out. It was done in my S&S kettle, and we were running the kettle around 275 to 300. It took about 3 hours. Let it rest for 30 minutes, and this is what you get. Delicious prime rib roast. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this inside because I'm super hungry. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, and like always, I'll see you in the next one.